I'd be surprised if something doesn't end up on the deck.
Yeah, there's five of them like to bowl along anyway.
Well, it all looked pretty controlled behind Maradima. I feel that the common sense thing to do there would have been to let the race begin. Maradima's a complete no-hoper really on paper. Massive price. The others were all coming forward in a good line. And now Maradima being taken to the outside. And this time they're away. Maradima jumps off to the outside. And towards the first fence then in the Seasons Holidays Queen Mother Champion Chase, Santa's Son, Briareus in the noseband, and wide Maradima now comes charging through, followed by Petit Robin, looking for Masterminded, a purple cap, green and yellow jacket. Maradima blunders through the second, but is already beginning to pull clear. Maradima from Briareus in second place, then Santa's Son. Out wide is Ashley Brooker, another strong running type in the dark blue jacket. Petit Robin back towards the inside, then Masterminded, followed by Twist Magic, Big Zeb, Scots Irish towards the back, Mahogany Blaze, out wide the White Face, Well Chief, and lastly former champion New Mill. On to fence number 3, Maradima scuffling into a 6-length lead, didn't get very high there. A blunder from Santa's Son in sharing third, and Maradima turns in front of the stands, clear of Briareus in second place. Then 6 lengths back to Santa's Son from Petit Robin and the favourite Masterminded, with Ashley Brook towards the outside as they approach this next plain fence going up the hill. Further back is Twist Magic from Scots Irish, and then Well Chief towards the outside. Up the inner is Big Zeb, and towards the back Mahogany Blaze and New Mill. So turning down the back here, and Maradima unlikely to keep this up for too much longer, leads by about 6 or 8 lengths to Briareus. Petit Robin, Santa's Son, Masterminded has been taken a bit wide by Ruby Walsh. Got a nice clear view of that fence. Petit Robin wasn't all that fluent on the inside, and now on to the water jump, and it is still Maradima by 5 lengths to Briareus, Santa's Son, Petit Robin, then Masterminded towards the outside. There is Ruby Walsh on the red-hot favourite and defending champ in about 6th place at the moment to the outside. Well Chief just behind him as they jump the next. Big Zeb in the maroon colours on the near side. New Mill has made a little bit of ground from Scots Irish as they now run towards a plain fence. Maradima coming back to the pack with Briareus just second from Santa's Son. Masterminded well poised on the outside. Petit Robin towards the near side. Masterminded, the 11-4 on favourite here. Well Chief has moved up as well. The field grouping together now. The pace is obviously slackened a bit as they go towards this open ditch, which is 4 out. Masterminded now looming up on the outside of Briareus, and down there Big Zeb. Mahogany Blaze was hampered, and it's now Briareus on the near side and Tony McCoy, but the favourite cruising. Masterminded on the outside under Ruby Walsh. Riders are up. Back in third, Petit Robin. 4, Well Chief is running well. First run for nearly 2 years as they start down the hill. Scots Irish is back in 5th place at Masterminded, still cantering along. Briareus on the near side. Petit Robin trying to get very much more competitive now and comes there on the right as they approach the third last. Well Chief is back in 4th place. Petit Robin driven into it and lands it with a fractional lead, but Masterminded still travelling on the bridle. In between them is Briareus. Well Chief further back from Scots Irish, and then New Mill in the noseband. This now is the second last. Petit Robin is serving it up to Masterminded, but he can't get him out of canter at the moment. Briareus is back in third as they race for the final turn. Ruby Walsh just shakes up Masterminded, and he soon asserts. Masterminded goes on from Petit Robin, turning for home with 1 fence to jump. Briareus is back in third, then Well Chief and Scots Irish having to get pretty serious with Masterminded, going to the final fence, but he's got 3 or 4 lengths, and another good jump there will surely seal it. Briareus is down at the last on the run in now. Masterminded, Well Chief is running a fantastic race into second place. He's not going to beat Masterminded, but it was a great run. Masterminded comes up towards the line, the top chaser in the country, and wins his second Queen Mother Champion Chase. Well Chief in second, what a run. Third, Petit Robin. In 4th was New Mill. Scots Irish in 5th, then Mahogany Blaze, followed by Ashley Brook and Santa's Son. Briareus was up after that fall at the last, just looking at the landing side. I think Tony McCoy yes, he's walked away from the fall. Well, it's masterminded again, his second Queen Mother champion chase. Not quite as impressive, perhaps, as 12 months ago, but to be honest, he had matters well in hand on the run-in. The pacemaker Maradima went off very quick early, then the pace slackened. He had to be shaken up by Ruby Walsh, but his jumping, as far as I could see, was absolutely spot on all the way round. He just had to be shaken up, and he's come clear for a ready win, but full marks to the David Pipe team on that run from the runner-up World Chief. So unbeaten now in 3 starts this season, a 4th win in this race for champion trainer Paul Nicholls. Of course, this horse 12 months ago, Azertiop and Call Equiname before, and the champion trainer now on the score sheet at this year's Cheltenham Festival. Tomo's with Ruby Walsh, again a treble for him this afternoon.
Ruby, what's it like riding the best chaser in the world?
That's what he is, because I wouldn't say he was as good today as he can be. He got worked up in the parade, and a couple of false starts were messy, and he's just a very, very good horse, because I'd say he's been better.
What makes him so good? It's a difficult question.
Yeah, what makes him so good? Good horses always win on an off day.
Say no more. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, whatever is going on with this horse, whether he's not as good as he was last year for whatever reason, or just had an off day, as Ruby said, still good enough to win. And whatever happens, I tell you what he does, Ted, he jumps, doesn't he?
Exactly. And as like Ruby said, an off day, he's still good. I mean, he's still a good performance, but he's a super jumper. He never put a foot astray anywhere. One down the back, Ruby was going to get for a long one. He went in and he popped it. He's quick, he's fast.
He must be straight, isn't he?
Yeah, he must be a jockey's dream ride. I mean, he's never wrong.
Paul, a once-in-a-lifetime 2-mile chaser.
He is, and you know, if we mind him and look after him, you know, he can keep on coming back and winning. You know, I mean, last year we were probably a little bit harder on him than we were before today. We didn't really know about him, but you know, you only need to get him ready to perform at the level you think. So we had him today, and there's no way we wanted him to win 15, 20 lengths in Alice Marine where we've been laughing about it. We just wanted him to win the race, which he's done today, and to look after him, and hopefully he'll keep coming back and doing the same.
And he travelled beautifully throughout.
He's funny, he's got a little lazy now because he does everything so easily, and he does that, and he jumps great, does everything really well. What a wonderful run by Wild Chief, eh?
Terrific run by him. You're very serene and calm, but the levels of satisfaction inside, it must be bubbling away inside.
It is, because, you know, these are the horses that came. You know, a bit unlucky we wanted to, and, you know, the horse yesterday ran an absolute blinder. And it's the big races you concentrate on, and it's just great, and good for everyone involved in the team.
Get geared up to welcome him,
yeah,
Paul. Well done.
Masterminded 5-2 on with Hills and Ladbrokes this morning. Touch 5-2 on the course, returned the 11-4 on favourite, and completes a 14.5-1 treble for Ruby Walsh after Mickey Daguenet and Cool Dine. The runner-up was Well Chief, that was returned at 12-1, and the third Petit Robin also a 12-1 chance.
With me looking much more relaxed now, Clive and Janet Smith. He's done it again, but it must get worse once there's so much expectation.
I think so. He seemed to take it easier, didn't he? Didn't go out in front like he did last year, but he just he did it to win, and he raced to win, and he did.
What about all those false starts?
I know, it's very nerve-wracking for the horses and for the spectators.
But it is a worry when things like that happen, because the whole plan can go out the window.
He goes out of his rhythm, doesn't he? He's thinking about it, he's got into a routine, and suddenly it's all not there. So.
Well, we know how great the horse is. A word about your trainer and your jockey.
Oh, yes. I mean, Ruby, as you know, is the very, very best, and Tony McCoy gave him quite a ride on yesterday, didn't he? But now, and Paul is a sensational trainer. I mean, he's just a great chap. We've got to come in now.
The plan from now?
It could be Punchestown, and it could be, I'm not sure where. There's somewhere else we're thinking of.
Lead him in.
Lead him in.
Well, wherever he goes, he's going to draw a crowd just to go and watch him. And the galloping's one thing, but, you know, if you like going racing, and it's the jumping that really gets you revved up, because he's just special. Wherever he decides he's going to take off, he's just got that little bit of spring that other horses seemed to lack. Briarius ran a really good race. He'd have almost been in the 3 if he'd stood up, but well, Chief, nice to hear Paul Nicholls praising this horse's performance, but he'll be absolutely thrilled. He's such a good person to deal with, never says no, doesn't matter what you phone him up about, always willing to help, and there's nobody, certainly from this side of the fence, that begrudges him any success at all.
Well, Masterminded does it for the second year running. He perhaps didn't pulverise them in the same way, but the superiority was there in spades yet again. He travelled, he jumped, he never looked discomforted by the pace, and while others found it tough, and Paul Nicholls paid great tribute to the run of Well Chief, this fellow, I mean, Ruby just oozed confidence. He knows what he's on, and you know, whenever he asked him half a question, he got a full answer, and that's what makes this horse so exceptional. He might got a bit lazy in his old age because of old age. Well, he's only about 3.5, but I mean, he might have got lazy because he's got a bit knowing, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his attitude. He is different gravy to these other 2-mile chasers, and he's now a dual champion chaser.